Justin and Catherine Martin have a beautiful baby boy and hearts for the Lord, but their story has not always been so pretty. After 2 years of trying to have kids, the Martins decided to adopt. They chose Bethany Christian Services, an adoption agency in St. Louis. Their first placement, a baby girl, came, but the birth mother chose to leave the agency. The Martins' biggest dream had just become their biggest nightmare.
You don't know what's going to happen, and you have to trust, and things aren't always going to happen how you want. And so my biggest fear was losing a placement and not being able to see the answer, but eventually it happened.
And when it happened again for the Martins, this time it was a boy. The news of Roland came in January of 2014. The Martins were tentative at first, but soon developed a relationship with the birth mother. In April, they drove to St. Louis to watch Roland be born. With their baby boy in their arms, the Martins remembered the reason behind the difficult path they faced.
It was worth it because we longed for a child in our lives, and I know that's simple, but that's what we prayed for, and that's what we received.
Even so, the past 2 years have not been easy. There's been pain and fear and doubt along the way, but also hope.
It was definitely faith building the past 2 years. And I would say the biggest lesson that the Lord taught me during this whole time is that it's kind of basic, but He gives us freedom, and He gives us freedom to not be bitter, and He gives us freedom to not sin in our anger that we have at other people.
The Martins' love for God is something they hope to pass on to Roland.
Ultimately, we want him to follow Jesus, to follow the Lord, to come to know Him, and to, I don't know, be what God wants him to be. I don't know. We want him to be what He wants to be, as long as he's following Jesus.
With all the struggles adoption presented for the Martins, it worked out in the end. For the rest of their lives, they get to be a part of the sweetest answered prayer. Reporting for TNN, this is Bethany Avery.